Number 9 is be a growth marketer. And what that means is you have a few options. I'm going to give you 5 different options here. I don't want you to do all these, but do one of these. Number 1 is you can understand YouTube advertising. Number 2 is you can understand Google advertising. Number 3 is understand Facebook ads. Number 4 is understand Instagram ads. Or number 5 is understand search engine optimization or SEO. Now, the whole thing here is I want you to spend a few months learning and mastering one of these 5 things. And yes, you want to pick one because if you try to do everything, you're going to get nowhere. If you can master one of these skills, you can then sell this skill as a service to other businesses because every single business out there wants more customers. Now, how do you get more customers? Well, there's a lot of different ways that you can do that, but 5 of the big ways on the internet are through YouTube ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, Facebook ads, and search engine optimization, meaning how do you rank on Google. And if you can show a business how they can drive more leads, how they can drive more sales, how they can make more money, because you can lower their customer cost of acquisition, well, now you have the ability to make a lot of money. Because if you can make a business $100, you bet they'll be willing to pay you $20 or $40, maybe even $50 or more, depending on what the product is. But this is where you have to be good at what you do and understand what the business's goals are. And yeah, you got to be a little bit of a nerd here and really understand the data and the analytics and see how you can stay on top of what's happening in this niche. Because guess what? Google ads are changing all the time. YouTube ads are changing all the time. Facebook and Instagram ads are changing all the time. Search engine optimization is changing all the time, especially now with AI. And if you can be the person that knows everything about what's happening here, you can build a very large, very profitable, and very successful business if you can show businesses how they can drive more revenue through your services. And really what that means here, I mean, it applies for everything, but especially here, is you got to work to be the best. Because if you're just going to provide average results, you are going to be fired very fast because average results mean no profits. And if you're not driving profits, your business is going to fire you because that's why they're paying you for the growth. But if you can drive more profits, you will have a customer for life. And number 10 is new age PR. Now, most people, when they think of PR, they think about how can you get a business on the news? How can you get them in the newspaper? How can you get them on the radio? But this is where there's a lot of opportunity through new age PR, which could be through podcasting. How can you get some person onto different podcasts? Now, of course, you got to be a little bit of a nerd here, but there's a lot of potential. As somebody who's been on the news, as somebody who's been on many podcasts, what I can tell you is podcasting is a great way, a new way to get a lot of PR, to get a lot of exposure because you get more time, right? When I'm on the news, if I go on the radio, I'm only shown for a very short period of time, seconds, if sometimes a minute or 2.
What is this minority mindset?
We need to get money smart and start thinking about our financial health. And there are a few things you can do. I call these the 3 keys of money.
Okay.
And key number 1 is spend less. Key number 2, earn more. Key number 3, invest like crazy. So when I'm on the news, I get a very short period of time, the short segment, which will be viewed by a lot of random people, right? If I'm talking about how to pay off your debt on the news, well, there might be thousands or tens of thousands of people watching it, and most of them might not have any debt, or some of them might not have any debt. Versus if I go on a podcast on how to pay off your debt to an audience of people that are working to pay down their debt, well, now there might be 10,000 people that listen to it, all of whom have debt.
And I think a lot of people have that mindset where they're like, I only have $500. I only have $1,000. Like, what can I do with that? I might as well spend it on whatever it is because, or I'm going to save it because I need it for a rainy day. What does someone do when they have that mindset, when they're like, I don't have enough? How do you approach that?
So when I was in high school, I really wanted a Ford Mustang, but my dad was like, no, you can't buy a Ford Mustang. I wasn't going to get that car. But this is, again, when stock prices had crashed. And the next best thing, if I couldn't buy a Ford Mustang, and I started reading the business books then, was how about I buy some of the Ford stock? Again, I didn't have a lot of money. My first investment in the Ford stock was $2. And so this is where, if you can understand how the podcasting space works, start to network with podcasters and build a community of people that are looking for guests, because everybody who has a podcast wants a good guest. Well, now you can build a service where you charge clients a fee to get them on the podcast. Maybe you charge them $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month. I know some PR people here that will charge $10,000 a month to get people on the podcast. How do I know? Because I paid for them before. Now, the people that I paid the $10,000 a month didn't give me the results that I wanted. We started to get more results when I did it myself. But if you can build a good service doing this, well, you can make a lot of money if you can help people get that exposure. That way they can get more views, get more eyeballs, which will ultimately drive more leads and sales. If you enjoyed this clip and you want to continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you got to do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.